What's up? What's up? What's up? We're back. We are live here. I'm so thankful and grateful. 14 days of self love. Oh my goodness, we are here. Day 11. Can you believe how fast this whole series has gone 14 days of self-love, and we only have 3 days left after this. We are at day 11. Listen, we're going to dive right in today because I have some important tips and information to share with you all. This is, if you're first tuning in and the first time you've heard about it, my name is Tanisha Portier. I am the author of the book I'm Living Truth, It's Possible, Recommit to You. And today we are doing a 14 days of self-love series. And so we've talked about so much regarding self-love and why it's so important to just love yourself, doing a deep dive and not the superficial love, but kind of going in a lot more and doing an intensive. Remember, for self-love is not just a day for, it's not a holiday, it's not a Mother's Day, it's not a Sister's Day, it's an everyday thing that we have to learn to begin to incorporate every day of our lives. So today is nothing short of that. And let's dive in deep. Stay tuned to the very end of this message because I have something very special for you, and I am totally sure that you are going to want to take advantage of this. Okay, now let's get into it. 14 days of self-love. Today is day 11, so you might want to go back and catch the last couple of presentations that I have done on this. And today we're going to talking about self-love. Is topic is getting over it and looking past, looking forward, looking ahead, being in the present moment. So getting over a lot of the things that are happening in life. And there is a lot. But when we love ourselves, we have to learn to pick ourselves back up and get over things. And so with that being said, take a deep breath. You made it. You're here. You're live. You might be washing dishes. You might be, doing something simultaneously, and you happen to have this on. It might happen to pop up on your feed because you needed this word. You needed to hear this now. And during the time of all of the things that are shifting, this whole pandemic that has been going on for so long in our lives, the relationships, issues, problems, different things that have kind of pulled us here and there, is now the time to put that aside. Let's suspend all of that, all of those worries, all of those stress, all of that to a side, because there's a lot of things, right? And for some, it may be, everything is all fine and there's nothing really going on. All is well in your world. That's where we're trying to get to and stay to help our mindset. So when we talk about getting over it, number one thing about getting over it and self-love is to stop looking at the past. Like, stop focusing on what is happening that we don't feel is right now in our life. To stop and take the clinch, take the grip off of everything. Because sometimes as women, we begin to, like, when something's wrong, we'll go in and press forward and press forward and be like, yo, and really, really take all of our energy and our time and just think about that thing. But the most important thing, and that's what we need to do, is to let go. Like, like really, really let go of the things that are happening in the present moment. Because why? Sometimes we can't even change them. Sometimes it is what it is. And if we don't, take time to say, okay, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. That is getting over it. That is letting go. That is saying, okay, look, let me table this right here. Let me circle back around. You know what? I'm gonna put a prayer on this one. I'm gonna put a meditation. As a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna touch it for the time being, because I know that this is just a little bit heavy. But if I just take my focus off of it, if I just take, all of my energy out of this situation, this thing, this person, and refocus on something else, then I can have I can have a better perspective on it. I can see, it more in an objective fashion, right? So we want to take the focus off of so many things, future, there's money, there's people are worried about like what's happening with the dollar, and all the different things that are plummeting, the world around, the just you name it, right? It's like nonstop if we let it. And so getting over it doesn't mean that it's not happening. Okay, we're not ignoring, we're not running from situations. We are getting over it. We are getting the strength that we need. We are getting the mindset. We are developing habits that are unshakable and unbreakable so that we can still continue to live our life to the best of our ability and putting our mind at ease. And so when we stop focusing on all of the negative that is happening, we are getting over it. Another thing is to stop being hard on ourselves. We have to stop really, really saying, oh, this is, we have to stop giving ourselves like the last straw, or other people, this was your last straw. Now, wait, 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 wait. There's a caveat. I have caveats all through these presentations, right? Now, this is what I mean, because there's two sides of the coin. Use discernment. Pause for effect. Use discernment. Now, when there are situations that are happening and you don't give up on yourself, you kind of just get over the fact that, you might not get it right all the time. Get over the fact that things are not going to always go your way. Get over the fact that, you planned something to the T, and it wasn't anything that you planned. It didn't look like what you thought it was supposed to be. Like nothing that you had set was, came out to be what you thought should have happened. We have to learn to say, you know what, this is not what happened. What did I learn from this? What was a lesson that I could take away? Because I'm not gonna dwell on this. Like I'm not gonna waste my time and energy. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna look at the facts. I'm gonna take notes. I'm gonna say, okay, what in this area could I have changed? What can I do better? I'll do an evaluation. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in place some other measures that can help me to be able to correct these situations. And then we're not going to dwell on it. We're not going to stay on it, because that's not going to do anything. We have to get over it and love ourselves in the process. We have to love ourselves regardless. I'm looking over to the side because I have some notes and I really want to make sure that I capture everything, because getting over it can be just different things when I talk about people. Okay, when I say, okay, well, how many times you're going to let a certain person do things or say things, or begin to inflict just things that you are not in agreements with? Are you going to let that continue to happen? When I say get over it, I mean get over it. And that doesn't mean that you have to stay in that situation. Getting over it is learning how to say, okay, look, release and love. We talked about this on one of our last sessions, is letting the trauma go, letting things go that are not serving us to our highest and greatest good. And so when we do that, we're okay. We're saying, okay, delete button, erase, click, no answer, straight to voicemail, delete. We have to be okay with saying, okay, this individual, this team, this group, these people have done what they're going to do, and they're going to continue to do it. So am I going to put my focus on that? Am I going to put my energy on that? Because that's a part of their job. That's why they get paid. They have to continue. Things have to continue to go, or else. But what it is that you are built a little bit different from that. You are built stronger. You are God's chosen. You are a person that has been set aside. You have been put into place to understand that even though things are challenging, are difficult, or they may seem, we have to know that this may do it for a night, but joy comes in the morning. It doesn't have to necessarily signify a day. It signifies that if we continue to get over things, we take the power away, we take our focus off, we begin to look inside of us and say and know that things are happening for us. Pause for effect. And not to us. Things are happening for us. and not to us, and that we live in a friendly universe, and that things are always working well for us, and that the things that happen for us is to help us develop stronger, because things are going to always happen. We're always going to have things to do. We're always going to have bills to pay. We're always going to have to go here and there. But we can choose to decide where our focus is going to be. And so we have to let other things go. We have to get over the fact that these things are going to continue to persist, and figure out what it is that we can do today, where it is that we want to put our focus, how it is that we want to live our life, and how it is that we are going to determine, because we have the power. We win and we lose in our mind, and that is the spiritual battle that situations, circumstances are looking for, to see if you are going to win or lose in your mind. And each day when we get up, we have to figure out, what are we going to get over? Meaning, what are we going to put our focus on, so that what we don't want, it was not going to drain us. We're not going to sit, and we're not going to waddle in that. And then next thing you know, it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock at night, and you're like, oh my gosh, the days went by, and my mind was on the same thing that was yesterday. However, if we flip the script, if we flick the light on, and we say, you know what? Today is the day of new beginnings. Today is the breakthrough. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and I will be glad in it. And we say, behold, I do a new thing. That means that it is time for us to choose. We make decisions all the time, decisions to make. And the decisions that we make today, right now, tonight, before we go to sleep, or what we're going to program our subconscious mind, what we're programming, what we're telling our minds to do and focus on, so that the next day and the next moment and the next week and the next year and the next month, as we continue to do this, begins to have a twist. And it can be a twist for the positive, or it can be a twist, a spiral down for the negative. It's our decision, but we have to get over what is going to be constant, what is going to continue to persist, and we have to get stronger, wiser, and diligent in what we want, because what is opposing us is also getting stronger, wiser, is going to persist. But we create our reality, and we have to know that what we want is what we create and what we focus on. So we have to know that getting over it is bringing us back to ourself, to self-love, to self-care, to self-power, to self-development, to self-strength, to God, the Most High, divine. God is helping us, always with us, will never forsake us. And so when we know that, our faith is lifted, our strength is renewed, right? And we put our trust in God, and we know, or if you're not in a religion, then whatever it is that you believe, if you believe in yourself, whatever it may be, but you put your trust in a higher power, because you know without a shadow of a doubt that is going to help you to get through. If you cannot uplift yourself, if there's anything that you get discouraged, or you're not able to get over, there's plenty of motivational things that you can listen to. There's plenty of books, there's plenty of shows on TV, there's plenty of things, you can click on a YouTube, you can click on a TikTok, you can click on a site, you can click on any social media with purpose. Meaning, if you want motivation, I'm not just saying like scroll through, I'm talking about with intention, how to stay motivated, how to get over something. There's plenty of things that you can do simply just to help you to get over it. If you don't feel like you have it inside of you, and it's just challenging and it's just too hard, you might have to phone a friend, you might have to say a prayer, you might have to look up something, you might have to seek professional help. I mean, these things are available, but we have to look at them in order for us to get over and get back to us, to our self-love, to ground ourselves, our root chakra in love and peace and joy and in kindness. So knowing that, once we begin to do that and manage our emotions and manage the things that try to bombard us, it's just like, oh man, self-love is getting a little bit easier now. I'm getting a grip of this. I'm starting to feel better about not just the situation, but how I'm handling the situation. Because when we're getting over it, we're like, man, this always was happening. But somehow I got stronger. Somehow I got wiser. Somehow I got more, my faith, began to build. Even through the midst of everything that's happening, I began to hold my power. I began to hold my truth. I began to stay in alignment with who I am and my core beliefs. And that's how I got back to self-love. So here is what you can do on your journey of getting over everything. Once you pushed everything back, once you said, no, 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 you're not even taking, about to take my energy. Like you're not even, like my focus is not on you today. Like you lose, like game over, like it's a new day. Then you can start to rebuild your mindset. You can start to go from the inside out, and and you can start to focus on yourself, your family, your business, your church, your child, like what the things that are important to you. And you're not shuffling and driving, and like you're not worried about like how you're gonna think the next minute, because you've already programmed your mind. You've already programmed your subconscious mind. You're already listening to, whether it be gospel music or whether it be subliminals or whether it be meditation or whether it be high frequency music or whatever it is, because you're getting over it. And during those times that you're getting over it, you have to be very intentional. That is why there is a shift that has happened when we came past that 2222. We talked about it. I did a meditation. I did a self-love meditation, which is so imperative for us to go back and to recollect, because that is all about balance. That is all about new beginnings. That is all about coming into the new you. It is clearing out the old. It is harmonizing. It is companionship. It is partnership. It is getting into the alignment of who you were created to be, of who you, that's why you stepped on this earth. That is what your blueprint is. And now it's time to live, to be, and to do. So when you get over all that, that doesn't even matter. You're like, oh my gosh, like it feels so good to be alive. Like I didn't know my purpose last year. Like I didn't know. Well, I'm still trying to learn myself, but I feel much better. I'm in a better place now. I'm in a better mindset because I'm not focusing on the things that distracted me for years, for months. I let that person go out of my life. I let those things go. I let those things persist, and I look at it in a different perspective. I know this is going to continue to happen. I know this is going to continue, but guess what? My focus has shifted. My focus has changed. And so when I have a fixed flint focus, now I know exactly what I'm going to go to. The distractions have minimized. I put my faith in God. I put my trust in God, and I got over it. I'm getting over it. I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time. I'm taking it day by day. I'm taking it step by step. I know now, maybe I tripped up yesterday. Maybe I fell into some negative thoughts, but guess what? I get right back up today. I get right back up tomorrow. I keep moving. I keep shaking. I keep rocking, because I know in me, once I get over, once I change my mindset, once I begin to dwell on what I really, really want, and I shift my focus, good things follow. All good things happen to me. Everything works out for me. I live in a friendly universe. I create my reality. Good things are always manifesting for me. And you get that power, that God power, that divine power, and you start to believe in yourself, and there's no holds bar after that. Because once you start to believe in yourself and you get over it, that's when you name it and you claim it. That's when the manifestations begin. Because guess what? If you spend all of your energy on something or someone, uh, anything that is not serving you, and you don't get over it, you're stuck. How does that feel? Pause for effect. But when you lift and you raise your vibrations, and you have the energy, you have the vibrations, you have the power, you praying, you know, and you connecting with good people that are in, and you have discernment to know who really is here and really want the best for you, and who really is just hanging out to see what they can get. You really know what is good, what is bad, because God has given you your discernment, your third eye, your chakras are aligned. I'm just getting a little bit too, hold up, wait a minute. Let me just keep this very, very simple. You are getting very divinely connected with God, and you're able to hear God's voice. You're able to hear the stillness of God when you get quiet and you know that things are happening, because guess what? You're getting over it. You knew what it took to get over that last thing and that other thing. And you're like, oh, here it comes. This is what it looks like. I see the distraction. I notice it. So what do I need to do, God? Tell me this strategy now, because this is showing up in a different way. This is a new thing that's happening. Oh, I didn't see this. Give me discernment, God. Show me. Let me know. Let me see beyond. Clear out the memory. Show me what I need to know. Program your subconscious mind. You know everything. Everything is clear. Everything is divinely foretold. You see, God says He will do a new thing. He will give you the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. It is here. Seek, ask not, make wisdom your sister. The Bible tells us, right? If you believe in the Bible, if you don't, you have to believe that there is a higher power. You have to know within yourself then, or whatever it is that you choose to believe that we can overcome, we can get over. And it's going to take practice. It's not going to be easy, and it doesn't happen overnight, but it can happen overnights. And the thing about happening overnights is the trial, the error, the tears, the getting back up again and believing in yourself and putting God first, and just taking it one step at a time. Because when we get over it, we get back to us. And when we get back to us, that's self-love, that's self-care, that's self-power. That's self-indulgent in the correct and divine and loving way. Because now when we love ourselves and we pull ourselves together, the feeling and the results are amazing. And here's another thing. When we begin to name it and claim it, the things that we want to manifest, the things that we want to bring in our lives, these are good things. These are righteous things, are noble things. And we don't want it just for ourselves. We want to see everybody with it, right? We're not just trying to hoard and say, no, God, just do it for me. Don't do it for them. Or like, we're not even trying to hold out on the blessings, right? We want to see everybody prosper. We want to see everybody win. And that's the mindset. When we get over ourselves and we get over thinking about it's just us, me. It's not even that. It's just you're so confident in yourself. You're so bold in yourself. You're so convicted that you know who you are, that you love yourself so much. You want to see the best for everyone. You want to, because you know that if they win, if you win, they win. If we all win, there's enough for everyone. When we get over it, we know that there's no such thing as scarcity. When we get over it, we know that there's enough for everyone. When we get over it, we know that there's enough money, there's enough food, there's enough resources, there's enough love, there's enough care. There's 7 point something billion people in the world. When we get over it, we know that there's not just one person in the world that's going to that can satisfy us. When we get over it, we know that there's billions of people we can be friends with. There's billions. There's billions of people in this world. When we get over it, we know that we don't have to be lonely anymore. When we get over it, we don't have to be stuck on ourselves. And when we get over it, we can truly love ourselves for who God created us to be. We are perfect and wonderfully made. We are whole. We're happy within ourselves just the way we are, just the way you are, just the way I am. We are perfect and wonderfully made. When we get over the statistics in the society and how we need this, when we get over, just trying to fight for something else, and we fight for ourselves, fight for our love, fight for our spirit and our mind, fight for our freedom, fight for who we were created to be, that means fighting. And when I want to say that, I mean that's getting over, that's clearing out, that's erasing, that's deleting, that's letting go, that is releasing with love. Kiss goodbye, peace, kick rocks. That's all of that. That is all of that combined in once. So we know that when we getting over it, we like, look, you have no effect. There's no God first. You're like God first. And you know that God is always never going to leave or forsake you. That you're always going to have that strength. Your angels all around you. Dispatch your angels. You have wisdom beyond wisdom. This is not your first time around here. So we have to know that God is here. And when we dwell on the good things, when we dwell on the righteous things, when we dwell on the noble things, when we dwell on the just things, those things are going to come back to us. Because the things that we dwell on, the things that we bring back into our lives. So those are some other things that we can do as well. And not only that, we have to also put God first. Keep our vibes up, keep our vibrations up, keep our mindset up, because no one is going to be able to do it but us. No one's going to be able to hold the light, because we are the light, but us. But once we come together and there's you and me and him and her and them, and then we can definitely help each other. We can't just go alone. We can't just do everything alone all the time. Sometimes we got to get connected with people that can really help us to get to the next level, to help us to spread the love, the light, the joy, the peace. And we stop looking at what's holding us back and go forth and live a full life, live a happy life, live a powerful life. And so what we do is we can now Oh, and I just want to make sure that I definitely add this in here is we can start to recommit to ourselves. We can start to say, okay, look, I let that go. I released it. I got over that. Now I can get myself back to where I was going to be. I said, you know what? I had all these things that I was going to do, but now I want to get back to what I do. How do I feel now? How do I feel that I got over it? How does it make me feel? How does it make me act? How is now my mindset now? You know, I had some days to just sit with this. I stopped looking at, things so negatively, and now I'm starting to evolve. How am I transforming now? How is this affecting everything about me? And when we read, and then we can say, you know what, now listen, I'm gonna go back to what it is that I love, back to me, back to me, back to me, back to me. And I remember when I used to do this. I remember the last time. And it was so fun when I just took this time out. I remember the last time when I made these accomplishments in my place of work. I remember, and I just felt this way. I remember the last time when I gave it my all. I remember the last time when I was connected with some really, really good people, and the feeling was wonderful. And I knew that the relationships were mutual because we cheered each other on. And I knew how it felt to cut off the people that really, really pretended to have my interest in mind, but they really weren't for me. I remember how it felt to release and let that go. I remember how it felt to shift my mindset and just become who I really wanted to be and just dwell in that area. And when you just can think about it and commit and dwell on those things that are good, righteous, noble, and just, everything begins to work out. Everything begins to work in your favor because you are bringing in more. Think on those things. Think on those things. Think on those. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Get over it and be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Same difference. Get over it. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You see the difference? I'm just saying in a different way. Last time, get over it and be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So that self-love, love yourself. God is love. Dios es amor. Forget not my law, but let thy heart keep my commandments. For the length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Listen, we have to love ourselves. We have to cherish ourselves. We have to guard our hearts with all diligence because out of it is the well springs of life, is the issues of life, is the situations of life, is the things that we go through. And so now we can begin to commit to ourselves. We can begin to plan again. We can begin to plan with ease and not just, with worry and stress and wondering and and it feels so good. It feels amazing. And so I hope that this message helped you. I hope that it encouraged you. We're on day 11 of the 14 days of self-love. There has been an amazing shift. If you've got something from this, if you enjoyed this message, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know. Hit a 1 in the chat. Thank you so much. If you're just catching the replay, hashtag replay in the comments. You stuck here to the very end of this video, or if you clicked on now, I just want to tell you that I have an amazing gift. It is the 14 Days of Self-Love Guided Workbook. You have to be able to get your hands on this. This is amazing. It's over 20 pages of activities, information, and things that are going to help you along this journey because it doesn't end after 14 days. This is a lifelong commitment. Now that you have the tools, now that you have the power, now that you have the deeper understanding of self-love, and then you're taking it further on your journey, it's just going to make the journey much more sweeter, much more comfortable, much more enlightening, much more inviting. For who? For yourself, because now you're making room. You're pushing out the old, you're welcoming in the new, and you're doing it in love, and you're loving yourself first. So make sure, I'm going to leave the link above so that you can grab your very own copy, and it's free. I'm giving you this out of the gift of love. This is love from our hearts, because you know what? If you love yourself, and you really truly do, guess what? The red carpet will be laid out for you. So begin to love yourself because you are a reflection. You are my reflection. I'm your reflection. And people only treat you how you treat yourself. So love yourself. Take back your power. Know your truth. Live your truth. and begin to walk in your leadership. All right, my name is Tanisha Portier. I am a global innovator for the 21st century. So I know, I feel, I see, say, touch, taste, believe that I'm here to create, yo. Like I'm here to cultivate my natural gifts and talents. And I first start off by helping and healing myself, my family, and then the world. So wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, noon, or night, I am blowing kisses to the globe. And just so that you know, I am also the author of the book, Living Truth. I told you about it earlier. My book will be out very soon and you'll be able to pre-order it. It's called I'm Living Truth. So I'm going to be able to post information on that soon. So stay up on my social medias. I'll be posting it in a lot of different places. And so you'll be able to check it out where you can get your copy. And I want you to have a beautiful day. Tell yourself, I love you. I love me. I really love myself. I love myself. Say it before you go to sleep. Say it. Keep repeating it until you fall asleep and watch your subconscious mind work. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm grateful and thankful that you even took the time to watch this live, and you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Angela, I see you were here. If you are still here, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you. You are so amazing. You know, I got to give a shout out to her. If you see Angela Williams, I want you to check out her book and check out what she's doing in the community because she's really empowering women. So just click on her page and you will see her book, pre-order, get a copy of her. And I have to give her a shout out because she's doing some phenomenal things. All right. Thank you all again so much. Again, have a beautiful, wonderful day wherever you are in the world. I'm blowing kisses to the globe. Have a beautiful day. And as always, smile. Are you smiling? Let me see. Okay.